So we just saw a video of conservation of mass, BrainPop video, and now we're going to use that idea of conservation of mass to balance chemical equations. Atoms are not created or destroyed during chemical reactions. Scientists know that there must be the same number of atoms on each side of the equation. Each side of the EQU equation. To balance the chemical equation, you must add coefficients. Coefficients in front of the chemical formula in the equation. You cannot add or remove subscripts. Why can't you add or remove subscripts? What the heck is a subscript? How about this? H2O. We all know that that is water. Add or remove subscript. Subscript is a 2. What if we change this to HO? That is not water. Or what if we change it to H2O2? That is hydrogen peroxide. This is something called hydroxide. These are different compounds. If you change the subscripts, you cannot add or remove subscripts. The way to get more of something is to put a coefficient in front of the entire substance. So our steps for balancing a chemical equation are right here. First, we need to determine the number of atoms for each element. We're going to do an element inventory right over here. Pick an element that is not equal on both sides of the equation. Well, let's go back to number 1. Let's do that first. So number 1 is to determine the number of atoms for each element. So we're going to split our equation into 2 parts. The reactant side and our product side. Then we're going to do an element inventory. We're going to add up how many of everything we have on one side and on the other side. So mg's, we've got no subscript after it, no coefficient in front of it, so there's 1 mg. O2 has a subscript of 2, no coefficient in front of it, 2 oxygens. On this side, we've got 1 mg and 1 O because we have no subscripts, so that's number 1. Then we're going to pick an element that is not equal on both sides of the equation. So right here, we've got Mg is 1, and if we look straight across here, Mg is equal to 1. So those are equal, but our O here is 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. Those are not equal, so that's the one that we want to work with. So pick an element on each side that is not equal. Then we want to add a coefficient to one side or the other. You've got 2 oxygens on this side, 1 oxygen on this side. So the way to get 2 oxygens on this side is to put a 2 in front of it. Now we multiply that 2 by everything after it. We multiply that Mg by 2 and O by 2. Mg becomes 2, O becomes 2. And now we look and see if we're the same on both sides. Our O's are equal to 2. Our Mg's are not equal to 2. So now what do we need to do? We need to change this side so we can put a 2 in front of this Mg, which gives me 2 there. And now I've got two Mg's on this side, 2 Mg's on this side, 2 O's on this side, 2 O's on that side. Let's do some more practice. So how about this one? We need to do, every one of these types of problems starts with splitting the problem, splitting the equation. We've got our reactants and our products. So Ca equals 1 and O equals 2. Looking at our subscripts. On this side, Ca equals 1, O equals 1. What isn't equal? It's our O's. Our O's are not equal on both sides. We've got 2 on this side, 1 on that side. How do we get 2 on this side? Put a coefficient of 2 in front of there. 2 times 1 Ca gives me 2 Ca's now on this side. 2 times my 1 O gives me 2 O's on this side. Now my Ca right here is not equal, so I need to put a 2 in front of Ca. 2 times my 1 Ca gives me 2, and now my equation is balanced. I have 2 of everything on both sides. The next one, I look at my subscript for N. I've got 2 of them, and for my H, I've got 2 of them. And straight across from N, I have my N on this side. I have 1 N, and I have 3 H's. So there isn't a set way to go about doing this. Sometimes you will have it not balance out and have to start over. The most important rule that I can give you, it's not exactly a rule, but the most important pointer I can give you is when you have this odd even mismatch. On this side, there is a 3, which is odd. On this side, you have a 2, which is even. No number that you put on this side is ever going to make this odd. Whatever number you put in here times 2, 7 times 2 is going to be 14. 5 times 2 is going to be 10. Whatever number you put on this side, H here is always going to be even. H is always going to be even. There's no way to make it odd, but there is a way to come over to this side and make it even. And what you can do is put a 2 in front of here. So now 2 times 1, that changes my N to a 1. 2 times 3 changes my H on this side to a 6. And now I have no odd even mismatch. Now I can go back to this side and try to even it out. Can I multiply something by 2 to come equal 6? I can. I can put a 3 in there. 3 times 2 changes that to a 6. Now I've got 2 N's on both sides. I've got 6 and 6 on both sides. My equation is balanced. Pause the video. Just continuing to write down what I do is not going to help you. You need to pause the video and try this one. And then when you have tried this next one, try this one right here. And once you have attempted to do it, then restart the video and see if you got it right. You need to do an element inventory, list the number you have on both sides, then put coefficients in until you have it balanced out. So pause it, try it, and then see if you got it right. 2 CUs, 1 O, 1 C from my subscripts. 1 CU, 2 O's, 1 C. So there's no clear place to start here. There's no odd even mismatch. Another general rule is start with the most complex one. In this case, that doesn't help much either, but I'm going to put a 2 in front of my copper oxide. So 2 times 2. No, I'm not. Hold on. That's not the one I need to do. I need to come over here and put a 2 in front of there to change my copper, but that's not the most complicated one. All right, so my oxygen and my oxygen is 1 here and 2 there. So I do need to put a 2 in front of this. So 2. What in the world? Two times that 2 does give me 4, and 2 times 1 O gives me 2. Now if I go straight across here, my copper doesn't match, but my oxygen does, and my carbon does, and now I can put a 4 in here, and that makes my copper match, and I've got a 4, 2, 1. So that equation is balanced. Try the next one. Pause it, try it, and then see how it compares to mine. Two H's, two O's, two H's, three O's. Here we do have an uneven mismatch. If we look at our O's, we've got even number on this side and an odd number on this side. We need to even this odd side up. This 2 is not what is making it odd. It's this 1 right here for this oxygen. So if we put a 2 in there, 2 times 2 gives us 4 H's. 2 times our 1 O gives me 2 O's, plus these 2 O's gives me 4 O's total. So 4. Now I come back over here. I put a 2 in there. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So I think that's a good stopping place for the example problems. If you don't feel like you can at least attempt to do the problems below, then you should come see me. Hello. So if you don't feel like you can do these, let me do one more of these. Let me do this one down here. And then if you don't think you can work on this on your own, you need to come see me and get some help. So the first thing that you want to do is break it in half. So split the reactants to products, then Na equals Mg equals F equals on this side. And now straight across, make sure that you've got Na straight across from Na. You don't have boxes anymore like above there. Mg is straight across from Mg. F is straight across from F. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1. Our F is what doesn't match. We're going to put a 2 in front of here, which is going to change our Na to 2 and our F to 2. Then we need to come over here, and this Na by itself, leave alone till the end, because whatever number you want Na to be, you just write it in there. So you don't need to worry about Na right now. Our F is what we're trying to get to match. F matches, Mg matches, and that is the only change we need. So 2, 2, and we're balanced. 2, 1, 2. So if you don't feel like you're able to at least attempt to do those, come see me. And if you do think you're okay, then please continue on balancing those problems. I will put answers on the screen. I'll put coefficients. So I will put like number 2. I'll show you how the answers are going to be. Let me do one more now. Mg equals 1, H equals 1, Cl equals 1, Mg equals 1, H is straight across from H equals 2, Cl equals 2. So we need to put a 2 here, gives us 2 H's and 2 Cl's, and we're balanced. So for the answer key, I could put number 2. It would be 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. And this is number 2. Our first coefficient is 1 if there's nothing written there. Then our second one, this 2 is for that one. This 1 is for MgCl2, and this 1 is for that one. So our coefficients are 1, 2, 1, 1. And you don't have to write the 1, but for the answer key, that's what I would put. So for number 3, I'll do another one because we're going to get plenty of practice at this. So you would do Cl equals 2, K equals 1, I equals 1, Cl equals 1, K equals 1, I equals 2. Make sure you're doing straight across from each other. Cl, K, I. We need to put a 2 here, and that gives us 2 Ks, 2 Is. Then we've got to go over here and put a 2 in, 2 Cls, 2 Ks. Now we're balanced. So my answer key for number 3 is going to be 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, 1. You have to do an element inventory. It is not optional. All you guys that want to try to do this in your head, these are the super simple, easiest ones. It does get harder than this. You have to do this part. You have to do an element inventory. This is not optional. All right, continue on with this paper and balance all the rest of those. Try the challenge problem, and when you're done, bring me your paper so I can see how you're doing. Thank you.